last quarter moon phase. The releasing energy of the moon is pretty much at its peak here. So anything that you really need to release, now's the time to do it. So during this flow, let's think about what we want to release. Maybe it could be toxic relationships or things that no longer serve you, maybe habits, scrolling through Instagram, things like that. So if you enjoy this flow, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
We'll begin in child's pose, separating the knees wide, reaching the arms overhead and relaxing your forehead on the mat. Feeling the stretch in your hips. Let your inhales pull to the base of your ribs. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Flip your palms up to the sky and stay here. Or come to prayer hands. Thumbs rest on your upper back. And for a deeper stretch, you can reach your elbows forward towards the top of your mat. On your next exhale, press yourself up to tabletop position, shoulders over wrists, hips in line with your knees. And inhale, turn your fingers towards you for a wrist stretch. And exhale, lean back for an intense, deeper stretch. Turning your hands to face forward. We'll inhale to cow pose. Tail goes high. Exhale, cat pose. Draw the chin towards your chest. Inhale, cow pose. Heart reaches through. Exhale, cat. Pushing your hands to round the spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat pose. Inhaling, come back to center, tuck your toes, and walk your hands towards your knees so that you're sitting on your heels. Take a deep breath in for a toe stretch. And if this feels too intense, you can place your hands on the ground to take the pressure off your toes. And just breathe into any tension here. Coming back to tabletop position. Inhale, lift the knees for a plank. Pressing the heels back, moving your hip points forward towards your chin. Lower the knees and then lower all the way down onto your belly. Coming into forearm plank, light up your quads and draw the lower belly up and in. One more breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat and push back to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up and back, bending your knees, and walking your dog. Bringing any movements into your body that feels good. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, step it through between your hands for runner's lunge. Inhale, straighten the right knee, forehead to knee. Exhale, bend the front knee, heart yearns forward. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend, gazing forward. One more time, straighten. And exhale, bend. Let the left knee come down to the mat. And inhale, reach both arms to the sky for a crescent lunge. Reaching tall, feeling the stretch in the left hip flexor. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat and then lift the back knee up. Step the foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale, second side, left leg up and back. Exhale, shoulders over wrists, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg back up. Exhale, step it through, keeping the back leg engaged. Inhale, cow lunge. Then exhale, straighten the knee for cat lunge. Inhale, bend the knee. Let the shoulder blades pull together. Inhale one more time on your own. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, drop the right knee, untuck your back toes, and reach the arms up for a crescent lunge, second side, keeping both hip points facing forward. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Release the hands to the mat, and then step your foot back for downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Inhale, step it through, runner's lunge. Seal the back foot onto the mat for warrior two. Gazing forward over your right fingertips. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Left hand slides down the back leg. Exhale, right elbow comes to right thigh for extended side angle. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Inhale, straighten the front leg and finding a bind with your top arm. Finding triangle pose. Gazing upwards. And then bending the front leg. Coming back to reverse warrior. And then spinning your front toes to face the left side of your mat. Bending into the left knee for Skandasana. And coming back to low lunge at the front of your mat. Then stepping back to downward facing dog. We'll do the second side. Inhale the left leg up and back. Then exhale, stepping it through. Coming into warrior two, sealing the back foot. Extend both arms up and then gaze forward over your left fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior, feeling the stretch in your side body. Then exhale, extended side angle, bringing your right arm up to the sky. And then finding the half bind, right arm reaches back and around. Stay here for the exhale, and then inhale, straightening the front leg, finding triangle pose. You can gaze upward or downward, whatever feels good in the neck. Inhale, bend the front knee, spin the toes forward to the right side of the mat, and then bending into your right leg for Skandasana. Releasing the hands down to the mat, spinning forward for a low lunge to the top of your mat. Step back to plank pose. Engaging the core. Lowering all the way down to the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. And then inhale, lifting the chest. Gazing forward, keeping the back of the neck long. For locust pose. Pulling the fist back, chest pulls off the ground. Exhale, release the hands and lower down. Bring your left cheek to the mat and just lay here. Bring your forehead back to the mat, interlace the hands again behind your back. Then we'll do locust pose again. Inhale, lift the chest. Keeping the back of the neck long, hips ground down into the mat, and then exhale, lowering down. Just release, and then bringing your right cheek to the mat this time. When you're ready, come to tabletop position, and we'll come into a frog pose, sliding your right knee and then your left knee out, engaging your ankles, flexing your toes, making sure your hips are still over your knees. Your forearms can come to a block, and just stay here, feeling the stretch in your inner thighs and your inner hips. And if you'd like to go deeper, you can bring your elbows down to the mat and just stay here. Bring your hands back to the mat, bringing your knees back to tabletop position. Lower yourself back down to your belly, bringing your forehead to the mat, and then just swaying your hips from side to side. Pressing yourself back to tabletop position, tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, and then exhale, step it through, bringing your right foot to the outside of your right hand for lizard pose. You can bring your left knee down to the mat, untucking your left toes. Your forearms can come to a block, and just keep the length of your spine long. For more of a stretch, lift the back knee and walk back onto your hands. Step the right foot back for downward facing dog, bending both knees. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Then exhale, step it wide to the outside of your left hand. For lizard pose, second size, gently lower the right knee down. Maybe come down onto your forearms, onto a block or the mat. And just relax here, softening the shoulders. Again, if you'd like to take a more deeper stretch, you can bring your elbows down to the mat, or you can lift your right leg up. If your right leg is up, you can lower it down to the mat. Step your left leg back for a tabletop position. And those of the feet come down onto the mat. Inhale the arms out so that's parallel to the mat. And we'll come into a boat pose. Maybe lifting the right leg up, then the left leg up. You can hold on to the back of your inner thighs. And release your feet down to the mat. And then bring your forehead to your knees, wrapping your arms around your legs. And just breathe here. When you're ready, lift back up, and then lower all the way down to the mat. Knees point to the sky. We'll come into shoulder stand, extending both legs to the sky. Push your spine toward your chin as you stretch your legs up to the sky. Push through your toes and soften your chest. And feel the reverse pull of gravity on your legs and feet. release your feet behind your head for plow pose. Then you can release your hands down onto the mat, rolling your spine all the way down with control. Putting your feet on the mat, extending one leg out and then the other. Just become aware of your breath once more. Draw both knees into your chest and then come back for a happy baby. Maybe rolling to one side and then the other. Maybe extending one leg and then the other. Just doing what feels good in your body. Release your legs. Extend your left leg out. Inhale the right knee to the chest. Then exhale, drape it over your left leg. Extending your right arm out for a recline twist. Then when you're ready, bring the right knee to the chest. We'll switch sides, bringing the left knee to the chest, and then draping it over to the right side. The left arm extends out in a T shape. Your gaze can be towards your left fingertips. Release back to center, extending both legs out, flapping your feet out, taking up space in your body, and coming into Shavasana. Closing your eyes. We'll stay here for 10 breaths. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, becoming aware of your body. Maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles. Bring one knee into your chest and then the other, hugging them into your body. Maybe rolling from side to side, releasing the tension in your low back. And then when you're ready, roll onto your favorite side into a fetal position. Your forearm can be your pillow. And then take one more breath here. And with your eyes still closed, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Your hands come to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.